my G's, and welcome to another tutorial on the channel. This is StylewithChika, and in this video I'll be teaching you how to make this requested button down gathers dress you can see on your screen. If this is something you're interested in learning, please keep on watching to the end of this video. Also, do not leave a like if you find this tutorial very helpful, and if you're coming across our channel for the first time or you're yet to subscribe to our channel, please do not to click on that subscribe button so you do not miss out on any of our amazing tutorials like this one. We are StylewithChika on all social media platforms, so do what to follow because I do drop short tutorials there also. So let's get started. To make this style, you'll be needing about 2.5 to 3 yards of fabric depending on your size. For me, I'm making use of about 2.5 yards of fabric. The material I'm using for this is Jonkoso because it is soft and it will help the gathers to look more drapey. But you can use materials like soft crepe or whatever you find interesting, okay? And for my lining, I got just 1 yard. So I'm going to be using my pattern paper to draft so I can cut easily on Jonkoso because Jonkoso is very shaky when cutting, okay? So I'll be cutting my front and my back on this same pattern paper, but it will not be confusing at all. So let's get started. First, I'm going to draw a straight line across this point, which is going to be my shoulder line and my starting line. So because I'm cutting the front and the back on this pattern, I'm going to be coming in by 1.5 inch at this edge right here, just like you can see. So this 1.5 inch I'm coming in is for zipper and for the buttons. So the buttons at the front will need this allowance and the zipper at the back will need this allowance. Okay, so next I'm going to take my shoulder measurement divided by 2 and I'll be marking it from this line like this. I'll go ahead and leave a mark here, and then I'm going to come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. From this point here, I'm going to mark my neck width as 3 inches and I'll connect these 2 points to get my shoulder slope. So for my neckline, my front neckline, I'll be using a neck depth of 4 inches, and for my back neckline, I'll be using a neck depth of 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect it like this. This red line is for the back, while the black is for the front. Okay, please, if you're making use of this curve, you need to learn how to place your curve very well so that you can get a perfect round neckline like this. If you place it like this, you get it like this, but if you place it like this, you see that you get something different. Can you see the difference? So make sure you are placing your curve correctly. Okay, I'll also connect this into this point, front and back. So to continue drafting, to get your armhole, you want to divide your bust measurement by 6 plus 1.5 inches, and you go ahead and leave a mark there. So now I'll connect this outward like this, and I'll connect this upward to meet my shoulder slope like this. Placing my tape at this part of my shoulder, I'm going to mark out my bust line. I'll mark out my waistline, and then I'm going to mark out my hip line. To add an allowance to that, I'll be adding 1 inch, and I'll go ahead and extend these lines like you can see. So I've gone ahead to label these lines so we don't get confused. Note that we are not going to be adding a dart to this dress because this dress has a rope that is going to help to snatch the waist behind, and as we know, a dart is used to give your dress a better fitting than a cuff. So since there's a rope to help you give a better fitting, there is no need for a dart. Okay, so my bust line here, I'll take my bust measurement divided by 4, bust measurement divided by 4, and I'll add an extra 1.5 inches of sewing allowance. I'll transfer this mark to my armhole. Then on my waistline, I'll mark out my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches of sewing allowance. I'll go ahead and connect from the armhole to the waistline. And then on my hip line here, I'll mark out my hip measurement divided by 4. I'll also add 1.5 inches. Then I'll connect from my waist to my hip like this. Now, just to give this a little bit of a curve as I saw, I'm going to connect from my hip now to this allowance like this. Okay, so this is very simple. So to complete my armhole for my back neckline, I'm not going to come in by anything around my shoulder here because the back is wider. So I'll just complete from my armhole like this into the shoulder point. So this red line here is for my back armhole, while for my front armhole I'll place my curve such that it comes inward a bit because my front is not as wide as my back. So this is basically what I have. So later on, to avoid zipper bulge on my waistline here, I'm going to use another marker so we don't get confused. On my waistline here, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, and here I'll come up by half of an inch. So then I'll connect it into my waist like this. So after I have cut out, I'm going to shape this so you know this is for zipper bulge. So after I've used this to cut out on my front, I will then come to this back side and I'll trim it before cutting out so that we can avoid zipper bulge. Okay, I do hope you understand all of this. Let's go ahead and cut out. So if you're using a material like Junko, so you have to be very careful when you're cutting out so that your material does not move around and then your style or your measurements getting alternated. So as you can see, I want to cut out my front first because I will have to alter this zipper allowance. So I had to cut out my back neckline and the armhole. But when I'm folding my material again to cut out, I'll be replacing the neckline by cutting a little bit upward and the armhole by cutting outward. So let's go ahead and cut exactly what we have here now for our fronts. Okay, now so this is what I have for my front. At where I have my line dividing my button allowance, I'm going to leave a notch on this neckline like this. Okay, so a notch is just a little bit of an indication so that you know where exactly is where in your clothing. I do hope that makes sense. So just a little indication like this. So now I'm going to alternate this to cut out my back. So I'm literally just placing all of this here for fabric weight. So for your neckline, replace it simply by coming here and marking your 1.5 inches like you can see me doing. Alright guys, so now this is what I have after cutting it out. You can see how this goes inside and how this is shorter. So this is shorter here because obviously your back is not as long as your front because you have a bust in your front. Okay, I do hope you understand. So this whole thing here is going to help us avoid zipper bulge once we fix our zipper correctly. So next I'm just going to use this and the parts that I've cut out for my front, and I'll be cutting exactly just this for my lining. So now I've just gone ahead to cut out my lining for my back and my front pieces, just like you can see. I'll start sewing on my front. Whatever I do to my front, I'll do to my back. So for my front on my lining, where I had my button allowance on my pattern paper, I went ahead to transfer it down here using a straight line like you can see. So now I'm going to sew down on this straight line, and after sewing down on the straight line like this is what I have this looking like. So most of the work is going to be on the main fabric. Okay, so for your main fabric, I'm going to give you a closer view, but we are going to work on the parts where these buttons are going to be placed. They are cover buttons. So where you have your notch that indicates your button allowance, again, I'm just leaving a mark here so that you guys can see mine clearly as it is. So now this is folded in equal two, but I'll take my upper part and I'm going to be moving it to the side like you can see me doing. I'm going to move this to the side a little bit. You want to move it at least half to 1 inch away from its original point of equality. I do hope you understand. This was equal before, but I just moved up one a little bit to the side. So now at this middle part, I'm going to take my hemming gum and I'm going to be placing this inside of the fabric. I'll place it inside of the fabric and I'll give this a very good press. After doing so, this is what I have mine looking like. You can see that it's not moving around anymore. So now I'm opening this up so you can see. So now this is what I have. So now it will just give the illusion that this is like a shirt or something like that. So now I'm just going to place it over to the side, and just like this is how you're going to attach your buttons down to it. I do hope you understand. So just so that this does not move around when I am sewing, I'm just going to go ahead and pin down on all of this. So next, I'm just going to go ahead and turn this over with my lining. So I've initially sewed my lining in the middle. Now I'm going to sew on the neckline. I'll top stitch after sewing on the neckline. And after sewing on the neckline, I'll also go ahead and sew on the armhole and on the sides of this piece. After doing so, this is what I have this looking like. I do hope you understand this step. So for my armhole, just so it relaxes very well, you have to leave a notch all around it, just like you can see me doing. And after which, you want to turn this over to the right side. And after so, you are going to give all of this a good press, and you're going to repeat all of this to your back piece. These are my back pieces, and like I mentioned, to my neckline, my armhole, and the side, I'll go ahead and sew and turn it to the right side. So now after I'm done with that, next I have to attach my zipper. So you can see that it was only my shoulder and the base that is left open. So to attach the zipper, place one piece on top of the other, and at the bottom part of the zipper here, I'm just going to come 1 inch above. So now I'm going to sew down the other part and I'll attach the zipper to the other part. I do hope you understand this step. This is what I have after attaching my zipper. So next, I'm just going to join the shoulder of the back and the front together. So to do that, you want to place your hand inside of that open part of the back, just like you can see me doing, and then stick your hand out and pick up the front shoulder. So now you're going to have your front shoulder inside of your back shoulder, just like this. Do well to arrange it very well, and then use your pins if possible to hold it down so it doesn't move around. And once you have that, sew on 1/2 inch. So after I did that to both sides actually. This is what I have my shoulders looking like. It's turned over very neatly. So now I'm going to close up the sides, but before so, we have ropes for this gown that's going to help the waist look snatched. I've gone ahead to make my ropes, and these ropes are just about 2 inches wide. Make it of any length comfortable enough to wrap around your waist. So now I'm attaching these ropes to my waistline, just like you can see me doing. I'll go ahead and pin it down. Then I'll take the back piece, placing it on this front piece. I'll then go ahead and pin all of this down again, after which I'm going to close up the sides. You'll be closing up the sides by just about the amount of allowance that you have left for your piece. After I was done, this is what mine looks like. Okay, go ahead and give this a good press as you sew. The next step now is to attach our gathers. So to attach your gathers, you have to get your gown length, okay? So when you get your gown length, you're going to measure what you have here as your half length. That's the length of this other piece that we have cut out. So now you're going to minus your original gown length minus this half length that you have here. So if your gown length is 40 and what you have here is 30, minus that, and then you're going to cut that as the length of your gathers, and you're going to cut a long enough piece of fabric that's going to be enough to gather around this. I'm sure we already know how to do gathers by now. I'm just giving you a review, okay? So I've already gone ahead to cut out mine that I'm going to be using for my gathers. I cut this as the length of my gown minus the half length I have here, and you can see that I cut a very long strip of fabric that will be enough for me to gather all around this hip line, just like this. For me, I've already gone ahead to hem the base of this gathers piece, so I could just do this very swiftly. So you can go ahead and do that to yours. Make sure you're cutting yours with allowance, okay? Allowance to the length. So after I went ahead to attach it, this is what I have this looking like. So along this part where I have my pins, I'll just replace it there with my cover buttons. And this is basically all I have for this dress. I do hope you found this tutorial very helpful. If you did, please do not forget to leave a like. Also, tell me what you think about this dress in the comment section, or what tutorials you would like to be seen next. You can see how this dress fits perfectly on me. If you're yet to subscribe, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on our next tutorial, and I'll see you there. Bye, guys.